Welcome back, everyone, to another episode. Eric, you're basically just like did oh yeah on the back of the car. Okay, so last time we were here, we needed to check on our friend here in Nightshade, was it called? Because he is our new teacher, or our actual deaf teacher, because we just had the student over in Ravenwood, which was like down the street. I think Duncan was his name, told us to come down here. So we're gonna do just that, and let's see where this takes us, as long as we can get in. Yes. Hello.
I just finished my report on the famous grub of Sunken City. Can you please take it to Professor Drake for me?
Hello, young wizard. Since you're here, I'm guessing you're ready for your next death spell. You think you are ready? Let's find out. I heard that Professor Winthrop from Marleybone found some death artifacts in a pyramid in Krakatopia. Do me a favor and go check to see what he's learned. Maybe he knows of some new death spells.
So I want to go to the myth teacher that Marla was talking about here before we head up to Marleybone.
Sir, you are turning in Marla's report. Well, it is incomplete. If she wants credit, I'll need a Cyclops monocle.
A Cyclops monocle? Can he be more specific? Okay, so just defeat some Cyclops. Okay.
Ah, the Cyclops monocle for Marla's report. It's too bad some of the information in her report was incorrect. She mentioned grub, which is a myth. I, of all people, know it's a myth. She gets a C. This conversation is over.
What? He gave me a C? He thinks it's a myth? Pretty sure he's wrong. We must prove Professor Drake wrong. I hear it is dangerous, so you may want to bring some friends along. Meet me inside and we'll get the proof we need.
You must enter the Sunken City to find me. Beware, it is a dungeon, much different than the real world. There are some rules you should know. Only 4 wizards at a time can be in a dungeon. These areas are full of danger, so choose your friends wisely. If you dare to enter, you can go home to get more mana and health. But if everyone leaves the level by logging out or using the exit, the level will reset immediately and all your progress will be lost. You can replay this area time and time again, gaining additional unique loot. Now, enter if you dare.
Oh, I dare. Change of plans. Can't go into Sunken City anymore. I don't have Eric as a backup, so if I need to solo this place, I gotta do it on my own terms, which means I need a higher level. So off to a new quest. I can have my pet go find these dirt mounts, the shopping district. We can do this one. Okay, how's this? How about we go to the shopping district first, because it's right outside of this waterfall. Then we can stop out Colossus Boulevard since we're gonna be right there anyway. Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Do I have any snacks to offer Sammy first so that his happiness is good? Let's do low level ones. I think halfway is good, right? So now we can turn into him. Yay! And go find those mounts. Go Sammy, go Sammy, go! Go Sammy, go Sammy, go! Here's the first one. Now we're heading to the commons. Oh, this doesn't go with my plans, but it's okay, because we gotta get these done anyway. Woohoo! Alright, off to the pet police.
Ah, your pet found them all! Well done indeed! You never know what you might find if you keep your eyes open, and your pet's eyes too!
Snacks. A lollipop, a funnel cake, and a taco. Okay, this looks like ice and balanced snacks. Sammy likes deaf snacks, but we could still try these on him. Do I have his likes in here? If it's not listed here, it should be listed under the tone. Sammy is a brief, and he likes meals. Nice. So none of those. Got it. While looking through our homework book here, I found this storybooks of history that we need to go see. They're in the Black Hope Tower, Nightshade's Tower, the Seraph, and the Gobbler Castle. We haven't gone to the Gobbler Castle yet, but we already defeated and seen all of these people. Maybe we should go back and maybe defeat them again so that we can hear the stories that are left behind there.
Life magic was said to have been discovered by the earliest inhabitants of the Ravenwood, guided by none other than Grandfather Tree himself. He instructed his early disciples to plant trees and tend to a grove to learn the complex interactions of all living things. As these early theurges advanced in their studies, so too did their gardens improve, eventually sprouting the sentient spell trees. Not just of life magic, but all the schools. Each tree embodied a new form of magic, a new aspect of existence. It was through their growth, study, and teaching that magical law was tested, explored, and codified. Traditional theory holds that there are two broad categories of magic: elemental, fire, ice, storm, and spiritual, life, death, and myth. Legends of astral magic from ancient Celestia often complicated those old definitions, but there has yet to be physical evidence of the practice. It was ultimately the discovery of balance magic on Krokotopia that upended the previous paradigms and introduced a composite sorcery that blended the powers of the elemental schools while also being able to enhance or debilitate spiritual powers. Today, balance is considered one of the core 7 schools of magic, but many institutions have yet to fully incorporate it into curricula.
Okay, so the last one is the Gobbler Castle, like I said, and we're not there yet. We have many quests to do for them, so let's move on to something else. Actually, in the shopping district, and we have Pierre in the amulet shop to go talk to, so let's go chat with them real quick. Looks like we'll get a wand and a banner.
Buy something and then quickly depart my presence. Then fair. That silly little harlequinade of infants and imbeciles dressed as cavemen or something equally aggressive? Oui, I can participate. Alas, my prize rings have been stolen. The rings to fire, ice, wind, dirt, and the 5th one. But I care not for it. I spit on its name. The guards, such as they are, found the thieves in houses on the Unicorn Way, Traton Avenue, Cyclops Lane, and the Dark Cave. If you wish prizes for the then fair, recover those rings and take them to the girl who sent you.
Okay, I'll go do that on my own. We don't need to go visit some shops and find some hidden houses. Where was the other guy?
Welcome! You look like a wizard of means. Can I interest you in an exciting new castle home?
I do have one, but thank you for the banner. What was the conversation with Zeke and Alder? They were talking about wanting to set up trade between Wizard City and Grizzleheim. So let's go talk to Harold the librarian.
Hello there, young student. Welcome to the library. Can I help you find any book or card in particular?
You tell Mr. Argleston about the trade agreement Balder is trying to set up.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I would be happy to trade treasure cards with Grizzleheim. I wonder if we can set up a library exchange program.
That'd be nice.
Welcome to my shop, young wizard. Can I interest you in some furniture for your dorm room?
You tell Mr. Quickhammer about the flying boat with the trader from Grizzleheim.
That's great. I offer a selection of furnishings from across the spiral. Adding imports from Grizzleheim will certainly be good for my business.
Did you get agreement from the 3 merchants? Good! You have brought 2 worlds closer together. You have my thanks. I would like to reward you for your help getting your merchants to agree to trade with my world. Would you like to take a quick trip with me to visit Grizzleheim, my home? It will not take long now that I know the way. You can greet some tradesmen from Grizzleheim and see if they will trade with Wizard City. In Grizzleheim, speak to Thrain Stormfriend, Vider Silverthread, and Dane Goldright. Let them know I sent you with word of new trade partners.
I wasn't ready to do this right now. Okay, guess we're doing this. Let's talk to your friends. They're all down here.
You look like you could use a new rune-carved ring. I have just the one in stock.
Before he tries to sell you something, you explain about the trade agreement.
That sounds like a great idea. Sign me up. You should head back to tell Balder that we're willing to trade. You there. Can I interest you in a new robe? This is a cold land. Try to stay warm. What size are you?
You explain that you're not robe shopping. You're here to set up trade with Wizard City.
Trade with Wizard City? I can certainly do that. I will have to get some smaller sizes in stock, though.
Welcome, young outsider. Where are you from, and what can I do for you?
You explain that you're from Wizard City, and that you're here to set up trade with Grizzleheim.
Sounds good to me. I'll trade with anyone with gold in their pocket.
He was the only one who didn't try to sell me something. Thank you.
They're in agreement, then. Good news! We have done well this day. Ready yourself. Take you home now.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure working together. I wish you well in your future journeys.
As we make our way through Wizard City, I remember having that conversation with the fox in Ravenwood telling us about monsterology, and she gave us some cards and a quest to go get some lost soul essence. Let me put those cards, like a few of them, in our deck. This is gonna help us get the monster tome. It's a book that I know my sisters put in their houses so that they can practice defeating monsters in their own time. This is how we're gonna do that, and I don't want to pass up the opportunity of being in an area and we see a monster that we want to practice with and not having the ability to catch them. So let's go get these real quick. Ooh, a chest. I just put that card on top of this one that has that little monster head, so now let's hit it at our target and see what happens. We collected 2 of them. Okay, let's go talk to the fox.
Were you able to extract an animus from an undead enemy? Aye? Cracking! Now it's time I show you the myriad ways monstrologists use animus. The monstrology tome, notwithstanding, my personal favourite application of an animus is to create a summon monster treasure card. It's like an echo of the enemy you extracted it from, which can be summoned in combat. Not unlike the way one summons a minion. You can also create an expel monster treasure card that's basically an instant defeat, one-shot silver bullet against a particular monster.
Ooh.
If you've the proper lodgings, animus can also be used to create house guests, as well as monster echoes that your friends can jewel. And don't worry if your house isn't equipped with a Joe sigil. That's what the monster dome is for. Now, if you've any questions, or simply feel the need for a refresher, consult the Monstromnibus here at any time. And remember, as your monstrology level increases, so does the amount of monstrological spells you're privy to. So, keep an eye out for me in your journeys throughout the spiral. Until then, welcome to monstrology. Go on then, get cracking!
I've also noticed that my pet here has his own will cast, may cast card section here, that if they have a card attached to them at whatever age they are, I can tell them to use it and help me out in battles, so I'm not battling by myself even though I am playing solo. So now it's like 2 of us are working together. Isn't he cute? And because of me having like a separate blade over my head and he used it, he is a free minion for me as long as his cast is available. And now it's saying it'll cast in 2 rounds. Beautiful. I found a quest for my professor, the deaf professor in Nightshade, that I am ready to get my next spell. So I'm here in Krakatopia, which is a good thing because I have other little side quests to do, but here's who I need to talk to for that new spell.
Ah, you must be one of Dworgen's students. I guess he heard that we found some death artifacts. It is amazing that nothing goes on here without him learning about it. I guess that is one advantage to being a wizard. Yes, the death artifacts. I have studied them closely and have made some notes. Can you take these notes to the libraries of Krakatopia and Wizard City? Then take the last notes back to Dworgen and Nightside. He will be most interested.
Professor Winthrop sent you? He needs this information distributed? I'll get right on it. Thank you very much.
Oh, he has a lot of other quests for us. We're not going to touch those yet. Let's just head over to Harold before I start doing any side quests.
What is this? Information from Professor Winthrop? I'll file this right away. Thank you, young wizard.
Oh my! This is some interesting information on Krakatopian death item. It's good to hear you distributed the information to the libraries. It appears that those death artifacts have some new powers I was not aware of. I'm sure Malistaire knew of these powers. Here, take this note to the headmaster. I'm sure he will understand my concern.
Greetings, young wizard. What brings you here?
You hand him the note that was given to you by Dworgen. He frowns at the information it contains.
This news is grave indeed. I had not expected Malistaire to find those death artifacts so quickly. Our time is shorter than I expected. Dworgen will require a book, the Dark Grimoire. It has some spells that he will need. Normally, I don't like these spells being used. You can see why when you look at what Malistaire is doing with this knowledge. Go to Nightside, near where Mortis stands.
Your arrival is well timed. I must ask for your assistance once more.
As you know, there are many worlds in the spiral. Wizard City is one, and you likely know of others. One of these worlds is Grizzleheim, a cold and wintry place peopled with fierce warriors.
We just visited there.
The Grizzleheim World Tree was once linked to the rest of the spiral, but the contact was lost. We thought it was destroyed.
Bartleby now informs me that the portal to Grizzleheim is now active, and travel there is possible.
Oh, fortuitous news indeed.
We have great need of friends in this dark time. Go to Grizzleheim and make allies of the fierce warriors dwelling there. You should speak to their king.
That place I know is much stronger than I am now at level 18, so I'm gonna have that sit on the back burner for a little bit. I don't want to pick up any more side quests. I want to just go talk to anyone that I do have in my homework log, which is the Colossus Boulevard and Krakatopia. Colossus Boulevard is here in Wizard. Krakatopia is his own isle, and since we were already over at Krakatopia, I still want to go finish those little quests first, but not pick up anything else. Here are the quests, the new spells. Okay, so there's infection, a negative 75%, and I don't know what the spell does. I'll take it, they're free. Yeah, but I don't know what they do.
You feel the ground begin to tremble.
Greetings, young wizard. I understand that you need the Dark Grimoire. This is a very powerful and dangerous book. I gather that Malastaire's army is growing if Ambrose needs this text. I fear that this book will do you little in light of his new powers.
The Scarecrow casts a spell, and the book appears in your hands.
Ambrose sent you to get the Dark Grimoire? These are dark times indeed. Malistaire must be building his army faster than we expected. We will all need to be prepared.
He tears a page from the Dark Grimoire and hands it to you. It immediately turns into a spell card.
Yes.
Take this spell, young wizard. You will need it in your trials ahead, but beware. Stay on the straight and narrow, lest you fall into the despair that Malistaire is creating. All Death students must become strong, or they too will turn to the darkness.
Curse plus 30% damage. Okay, now we're talking. Yeah, but we want one called Faint, which is going to be a plus 75 damage, but it also gives a negative 30 to us. Or is it negative 75? I can't remember. That one is going to be a little further ahead for us to get, but we can work with the 30. I'm not mad at that. Our deck is looking a little heavy. I don't like these. These are here just because we're trying them. Actually, bring back this deaf one just to see what it does. Yeah, I don't like how many things are in here. And then what's in my... Yeah, we gotta get rid of these. And then these just... I only have 13. What? Oh, there they are. Okay. I have 13 extra cards with these. They're just backup cards basically for me. In case something happens or I lose all of my cards during battle, I can just pull these up. I'm here battling. I have gone through all of my different activities that I wanted to in my homework log. I found out that infection with the heart symbol on the card is to take away the next time that someone heals the opponent. So either like if this was a life person and they heal this one that I'm trying to defeat, it would stop that by negative 65%. And then there's a 3 heart card that we picked up from Mr. Tree that I don't need those in my deck right now. I would more so need them when I am using PvP or I am up against a life character. So I'm gonna take those out. The Dove card that we also picked up, I believe that is supposed to give us help of life if we end up dying because of a battle. And I again haven't seen myself needing that. I did cast it and I didn't get to near death, so I'll keep it in my deck, but it's not for me, and especially because it's 2 pips, we don't really want to use that. So I'm gonna end this video here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely like these videos to let me know if you want me to continue with these quests. The next time that we are going to be playing Wizard101, we will be going into Colossus Boulevard because I now just have the main quest for Crocotopia to continue and to jumpstart in Grizzleheim. So definitely let me know what you guys want to see next if you enjoyed and that you want me to continue. Thanks for watching.